This is why most of our African brothers and sisters are jobless here in the UAE. Now, it is not about the system, it is not about the people, it is not about the employers, but it is about us. Here are my reasons for saying this. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome once again to another lovely day. If you're a returning subscriber, I thank you so much for the love and support, and I'm most grateful to have you as part of this family. These are critical issues, these are critical instances, these are critical things I've seen here, and lifestyles I've seen here that I think are very important to discuss with you. Because most of the people who contacted me about a week or 2 weeks ago all wanted to travel to the UAE without knowing what is really on the ground or what really awaits them when they come to the UAE. Now it is about time someone tells you the truth. It is about time someone tells you what is really happening on the grounds, and it's about time you know what to do or how to handle your own self when you get to the UAE. Now, it is not all rosy out here like most people perceive it to be. Like most people think it is all rosy out here, and they think once they get here they are going to get themselves jobs and then start a whole new life, like a better life as they have always envisioned or as they have always wished for. Now, you could get lucky. Of course, you could get that kind of lifestyle some way or somehow, but it is also going to depend on how you handle yourself here when you come here on arrival. Now, most of the times people don't tell you what they really go through. You only see their kind of lifestyle they intend to live here. You only see the pictures of themselves they post just to make you feel like they are living a better life. But behind the scenes, you have no idea what they've been through, the kind of lifestyle they've lived to accomplish these goals or these kind of lifestyles they live in the country. One way or the other, you might see them in their pictures only. You might see them taking pictures of themselves and stuff like that. You might see them touring the country, visiting places they've always wished to be, wearing dressing in the kind of way you think or wish you might be in the same position to dress like them. It is okay if you think this way. It is okay if you wish for these things. It is okay if you wish for a lifestyle. It is okay. Nobody is against that. But the point is, most people go through a lot to accomplish these kind of dreams you are yearning so hard to live or have in your own life. Here in the UAE, you wouldn't just get a job of your choice. It's kind of depends on luck. If you come here getting the kind of job you've always wished to have, then lucky you. You're lucky to have that kind of job. It is okay. But most of the times, it will actually be very difficult for you to get the kind of job you are looking for due to the fact that your qualification or your certificate might not be up to the standard the employer is looking for, which is okay sometimes. Most people actually employ people based on experience, of which if you have the experience even without a qualification, or if you have the experience without certificates, you might be employed. This is for a fact. I want you to bear this in mind. More so, I am not saying if you come here into the UAE without a certificate or without qualification, you might get a job. I am not saying that. But even if you have the qualification and you don't have the experience, assuming say you claim to be an IT personnel, now you've been given the chance on trial to prove yourself that you can really work as an IT personnel. Now, when you were given the chance, you weren't able to deliver. You weren't able to deliver as to the company's policies or to the company's standard of expectation, like as they expect you to perform as an IT personnel. In fact, you are not going to get the job. But if someone is confident enough, if that person is experienced enough in the field, the same field, without qualification, and is able to suit the company's standard or is able to meet the company's standard, trust me, they are going to be employed and you are going to be home without a job. To cut the long story short, once you intend to come to the UAE to work, try as much as possible to work on your experience and expertise rather than relying on your certificates or the kind of certificates that you have at hand. It is okay to have a certificate. I'm not against you having a certificate, but don't rely too much on the kind of certificate you have here in the UAE, except for you obtained the certificates in the country. Okay, if you obtain the certificate in the country, you have a 50-50 chance of being called to a job than bringing your certificates from your home country, especially if you're coming from Africa. It is less required of you to present a certificate. But that is also not to say your certificate is not important. Just get it attested and bring it to the country. You might land yourself a job. You have your own expectation. It's okay to have your own expectation when coming here. But the point is, when you get into the country and you are not getting the kind of job that you need and your time is running out and you get a menial job for the meantime, I am not saying you should just take on any kind of job, but if you get some job that is actually below your class or the kind of standard you wish for, and it could help you pay your bills and then sustain you in the country, I bet you better take it. Just take it for the meantime. Get yourself sustained for 6 months. Learn the system. Know how to maneuver around, work around this place, and then know how to place yourself in certain places before getting yourself the kind of job that you really need. Now, this does not also mean that you should stop searching once you get a job. Keep searching for the kind of job that you really intend to come and do here in the UAE. Search for them. Always be online. Get yourself busy searching for the kind of job you need until you get it. Now, if you get it, you have the privilege to actually serve your current company with some notice that you would like to move to a better job. Don't ever quit your job without an offer letter at hand or without a pending job for you. Don't ever do that. Now, once you land yourself that new job or that new role or the expected job that you want, you go in for an offer letter which is duly signed and then promising. Okay, go in for it. Come to your new company, tell them about your new job, and then get their approval and confirmation to cancel you for the new role that you've applied for. Most of our people here don't really do that. Now, this is why we fail here, and this is why most of us are jobless. Based on what I have just said, most people will be in a company that has been able to process their documents for them. Now, whilst you're in the company, you are being paid monthly and you're being given your monthly allowances. Now, instead of them waiting on the new job for approval or confirmation, they don't. Once they get some coins at hand, they get some money at hand, they decide to quit the new job and then rather go job hunting. They quit the new job before going job hunting, which is actually a very bad advice. It is a very bad thing to do, because once you start job hunting, one, you would have to pay some bills. Two, you would have to get some transportation on you. You would have to eat. You'd be feeding yourself, and then you'd be doing a whole lot of things here in the country which requires money. And moving around in this country is quite expensive. If you do not know, it is quite expensive. So it is better you first find yourself a job before quitting your old job. They don't do that. They quit their old jobs, and at the end of the day, they spend all the money they have at hand or saved money that they think could have sustained them, and then they become stranded in the country. This is one reason why people get stranded in the country, or they go without jobs here in the country. Another factor is, I've been there before. Most of us think we are not here to serve some people who claim to be our superiors. Most of the times you might meet people in the office which you are much knowledgeable than. You know in your own mind that you are much knowledgeable than these people, and they don't even deserve the kind of roles that they hold in the offices they are in. Okay, this is due to experience. Like I said earlier on, nobody needs your certificates for anything. This is their luck. This is where they found themselves. Leave them to enjoy the kind of role they hold. But no, my people would rather fight these people because they think, yeah, Okra, who are you to tell me what to do? Now, Charlie, what you are telling me, I'm not going to do it. Like I am better than you. Why should I even follow your instructions? I can't follow your instructions whilst I am older than you. Yes, age sometimes also is a problem here because most of us are older than people we come to meet here. Yeah, actually, this is where I get to understand why back in the day, back in our countries, our mothers, our fathers, our brothers and sisters used to say, "Oh, yes, it's true. Most of the people that are employed here are much way younger than you. Especially when you're coming from Africa, especially when you're coming from the diaspora, like when you're coming from the Americas. I don't think even Americans will move here. Well, some Americans are here working, earning, huge amounts of money. They are making ends meet. It's okay, but the fact that you are older than these people does not guarantee you being above them. Once they are above you, you need to respect their rules. See, I am only telling you ways and means you can live here, survive the hardship and then the harsh conditions here, not just here in the UAE, but even wherever you find yourself. Sometimes it happens in most places that we find ourselves. Just control your temper, control yourself, and then learn to, should I say, comply with these things. Some of these things are bound to happen in many companies that we find ourselves, but all we need to do is to control our tempers, control ourselves, and then comply with them. And at the end of the day, when we get what we need, we just move. Now, another reason why most of our people are unemployed is, going in for visas that we have no idea what they are really meant for, or what they are really meant for. We go in for, most of our people going for freelance visas without a specific skill. Okay, some time ago I made mention of this and most people wanted to kill me here on this channel but it is a fact. This is a fact. You can't go in for freelance visas without a skill, a specific skill. Let's say if a photographer goes in for a freelance visa, it is so much understandable, it is advisable, because he has the skill to be a photographer on his own without working for anybody. Even if he stays at home and his marketing skill is higher, he could actually land himself some gigs even while sleeping at home. A photographer is very good to do, or well to do, here in the country on a freelance visa. Bro, if I decide to go on a freelance visa, I am good to go. As a YouTuber, I can make daily videos for people here on the channel to enjoy. This is my job, and that is my earning at the end of each and every month. It is very understandable if I go in for a freelance visa. Don't envy me and say Kofi Techi is going for a freelance visa, or Kofi Techi has a freelance visa, therefore I should also go in for a freelance visa, because if he's been able to do it, then I can also do it. Yes, of course, if I've been able to do it, you can also do it, but do it the right way. Okay, mind you, I make videos. When I make videos, people watch here on the channel. I can create multiple channels, make videos on the channel whilst I am home. Okay, whilst I am home educating people will come and watch, and I'll get paid at the end of the day. But you, without that skill, you go in for the freelance visa expecting to be employed by Amazon. Amazon these days is also cutting off their working force, like they are cutting off their labor. Okay, most of the times you get yourself into the trap of obtaining a freelance visa, and at the end of the day you can't even find yourself a job. You are depending on some employers salaries just to be able to renew your freelance visas at the end of the day, which is not a good advice. So what is it going to be? Are you going to come here without a knowledge about what you are really going to meet here, or you are going to keep watching my videos? Go back, watch my videos, get the kind of experience and knowledge you need to live here in the country, live here in the UAE. Visit my old videos, visit experiences I've shared with other people who are also travelers, people who are here in the country working and have the experience. I've shared lots of experience here on the channel that might help you in traveling here. It is okay to visit my old videos, watch them, get the experience, have a feel of what it really tastes to be here in the country before you travel or move here. I hope and wish I get some positive testimonies from each and everybody watching my videos every now and then, so that I can keep doing what I do. Subscribe if you haven't yet. If you have already subscribed, please do not hit on the subscribe button again, because it is really hurting me. So subscribe if you haven't. Do well to share for family and friends to have a feel of what we are doing here. Like the videos if you do, and then comment. Put your comments down there. I'll come reply to them and then also read them for you. Until we meet again, I hope you stay safe, stay out of trouble, and be good. See you on the next one.